Alright, what's up guys? Invader1 here, and I'm here going to show you guys some really freaking awesome gameplay. And that's with the N7 Paladin Sentinel, guys. I've always liked this character from the first time he came out. I thought he was so badass, so cool looking, awesome powers. I liked him from the get-go, in all honesty. I never did a video of him before Platinum because number one, I had a few issues with some of his powers being a little buggy. Like, for example, Incinerate wasn't that great at the time. And they've really done great by the character. This guy has always been really good as the powers and everything that he has is just pretty awesome. Now this is not new to anybody else. So what I did is with the gameplay is what we did is I got two of the ex-Team Aralix guys who were speedrunners, and we did somewhat of a semi-speed run, and wanted to see if this character can handle a speed run kind of tactic. So this gameplay is going to be very short. Pretty much what's making this video a little longer is just me narrating here, so and showing you guys the build. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But let's talk about his powers. I really like this character a lot, guys, and I think all of you guys probably love him already. So let's go into the powers. I'm going to Energy Drain. Energy Drain is pretty standard. Normally I like to go for Radius to hit multiple enemies at once. In this situation I wanted to give him more damage, so that that's just the way I want to roll on Platinum. And on Gold at the same time, just to be able to, if for some reason I'm using Energy Drain to regain my own shields, at the same time I want the enemy to die quicker. I'm going to rank 5 for Drain, so they increase the shield restoration rate, guys. This is pretty obvious. You don't need the recharge speed, guys. I mean, it's just you're going to use Energy Drain in moments that you need the drain, or you want to strip shields from an enemy, or to stun them. You know, so that's one way to do it. Rank 6, I would normally go for damage. This time I'm going for armor boost because in Platinum I do get some synthetic enemies mixed in there, so this is actually very helpful. In the gameplay, there were about 2 times that I could have died. I did die quite a bit on this gameplay, I gotta be honest with you, because we were very aggressive. We play very aggressive here, so this is a very different kind of gameplay. But on rank 6, and there were some times that, you know, I needed this kind of shield boost, and I took it from the Geth enemies. So again, guys, this is Platinum gameplay. Incinerate. I noticed that Radius actually does work. I thought it was a little buggy. I've been playing with it a little bit. It actually does work, but I still go for damage because most of the time I'm shooting Incinerate at individual enemies, not multiple. So I still prefer damage over Radius, but you know, this is up to you guys. And rank 5, always burning damage. You always want to continue doing damage over time to the enemies, and this is over 8 seconds, so this is great. And by the way, rank 6, the freeze combo works. This was one of the problems that I had before with this character, that this freeze combo was not working, and Incinerate, it works now. So in other words, if you have a frozen or chill target, you have your combo. You could actually do your freeze combo here and detonate the enemy by doing your snap freeze first, and then Incinerate. So this actually does work, guys. I go for armor damage on Incinerate, but with this character you'd want to go for the freeze combo, as it really does a very good job, and the damage is 495 points. As you can see, the recharge speed is not bad. It's 3.14 seconds. Snap Freeze. This is an excellent power. I really like it a lot. I definitely recommend a rank 4 for reach, guys. Always range. Because of the range that you get with this, you get 15 meters. So that's really freaking good. Now, when you're playing, it's kind of deceptive, right? Because when you shoot the Snap Freeze, it doesn't look like it's going far. But just keep in your mind that it's 15 meters. So you could actually the targets that you can reach it's pretty far. So don't get confused by the fact that when you shoot Snap Freeze or you cast it out, it doesn't look like it's reaching far. It is actually going 15 meters, so you definitely have some reach, and this is the way to go. For rank 5, you definitely want to go with Cryo Explosion, guys. You want to do as many explosions as you can, and this guy's great for setting them up. This guy's great for Tech Burst, Cryo Explosions, Fire Explosions. I mean, every single type of Tech Explosion you can think of, this guy is absolutely a beast, and you will see each one of those types in this gameplay. Now, Duration of Slow is really nice. These are both really good. Duration of Slow would be good for, in Platinum for larger boss targets and all that. But in all honesty, I just can't get away from the Cryo Explosion. I freaking love it. So, in the rank 6, you definitely want to go with tech combos. you have to go with the tech combos, guys, because he's so good at setting them up. And again, you will see a lot of tech combos in this gameplay. Damage and weakness is good. Increased damage by 40%. I mean, this is what I like about Snap Freeze, that you can set them up in so many different ways. But I really prefer tech combos because guess what? You do a lot more damage with a tech combo. I mean, you get damage already at 300 just off of Snap Freeze right now, as you can see there, and you got the nice little range and the freeze duration and all that. But when you do the tech combos, you get a damage. Increase the damage of tech combos by 100%. Now, I don't have the details as to the amount of damage that the tech combo itself will give you, but obviously from this gameplay, it's pretty really badass. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been very impressed with the Paladin lately. He's been really good, guys. You can skip the passives. The passives are great if you are, if well, there's different ways to build this guy, right? But you can definitely skip the passives on this guy. He's powerful enough to handle it because you should want the shield. This is what's very unique about this character. If you could set him up as a melee build, what I did, I wanted to have him be a little bit more tankier, so I put durability on rank 4. On rank 5, I put shield recharge instead of the shield durability because I'm more aggressive with this guy than anything. I'm not really going to stand down and hold the shield down. It's just not going to happen. And the shield already has 3,750 shield health. It could take a lot of hits. Now, this is the most important part. Instead of the cryo shield, I don't know. I was told that it's a little buggy. I don't know. I'm checking the BSN forums. I didn't really see anything on it, so I couldn't verify for you guys. But the fire shield is definitely the way to go, guys. You want to use a fire shield and immediately cast Incinerate with this. You can do that a lot. It's a lot of fun, and it does damage over time. As you can see, it does 50% additional damage over 5 seconds. This is great against phantoms, guys. If you guys have an Acolyte, just hit the phantom and then just hit her with the shield and then just pop her with an energy drain or snap freeze. I'm sorry, with incinerate or snap freeze, and do very well. So now let's go into the gameplay. For this, I am going to be using the engineering kit, guys, as it gives you plus 15% tech damage. I'm also using the pistol rail amp and disruptor rounds 4 and cyclonic modulator 4, guys. And as I was saying before, guys, I have 2 of the X-Team Aralix guys. If you guys don't know them, Team Aralix was a speedrun group for the Xbox. Actually, one of the best. Really good team. And now a lot of them have gone on to a different team, which I will probably talk about in a later video. And I'd just like to promote a few of these teams that are, out there. And, it's a lot of fun to have these kind of teams out there because, they like to work together, they like to play hardcore, and if you want to look for a team that's playing really hard, then I've got a few teams that I can definitely recommend if you're on the console. On the PC is actually there are a few teams that you can look up on the BSN forums. Now, so the reason I wanted to mention that is because this game actually took 16 minutes and I don't know, 45 seconds or something like that. We weren't planning to do the best time or anything like that. It's just that I wanted to play this character in different ways. I wanted to do a few things with him. In the first, you see me use a lot of the Acolyte. You see me use a lot of Snap Freeze and Incinerate and do a lot of Cryo Explosions, Tech Burst also. But then later on, I use the shield a lot more to kind of demonstrate that. And the other thing is that on the background, you see the 2 X-Team Aralix guys doing their thing. They're going right ahead. They're destroying enemies as quickly as possible, and at the same time, when the nuke waves come up, they are definitely working it and doing their best to just clean it up as quickly as possible. This is one of those. As you guys know, by the way, this is Platinum, and I did notice one thing, and I've mentioned it a few times, guys, but especially if you're a speedrunning group, okay, you may know this already, may not, I don't know. I feel like sometimes the speedrunning groups are still stuck to the waves 5, 8, and 9 because of the old school, but BioWare changed that, okay? If you notice, guys, wave 2 is really a better missile spawn than wave 5. Wave 5, it seems that BioWare has changed things around, and in Wave 2 really it's when you have a really good chance of getting good spawns, good nuke spawns. But anyways, enough of that, guys. So this Paladin Sentinel, this guy is really badass. Okay, I'm really liking him a lot. Number one, because he has a lot of debuffs. He has the cryo debuff on the enemies, which works really good, and at the same time you can set up a lot of explosions with him. He has so many different capabilities. Now, the reason I like to use the Acolyte with him, and that's, you guys see me use the Acolyte quite a bit because I like stripping shields. But weapons that you can use with him, guys, not just the Acolyte. You can use, I always recommend to have the Acolyte just to strip shields, in all honesty. But the other weapons that you can have on him are shotguns. Okay, like the Piranha is really good with him. The Wraith is really good with him. And a few of the other lighter shotguns that do not mess up his recharge speed would work very well with him. Now, SMGs are really good also. I prefer SMGs on him for my playstyle. So in this situation, I am actually using the Hurricane, as you would notice. And for those of you who have a higher Hurricane than mine, which I only have a Hurricane 2, screw you. I'm just kidding, guys. But anyways, I prefer, the SMG with him because he's just so good. All his powers synergize very well, and I bring out the SMGs really for the bigger boss targets like the Atlases and targets like the bigger boss enemies like the Banshee and all. Now, what's good about targets that do have shields on them, this is why he's so versatile. You can use energy drain, so you can drain the enemies, although it's not as efficient as using the Acolyte. So I would do a mix of the Acolyte and energy drain. Now, I also use Disruptor round on this guy for doing tech bursts. As you would notice, I am going to get a lot of snap freeze kills. I am getting a lot of incinerate kills. I am getting tech bursts, and I will get cryo explosions. You will see that. By the way, guys, for cryo explosions, the way you do them, I'm just going to repeat myself a little bit here. You got to make sure that the enemy is mostly frozen. And then detonate the enemy. You can detonate the enemy with whatever, pretty much any power. You could any biotic power or any tech power. So that's incinerate, or if you have somebody doing biotic charge or shockwave or anything like that, you can detonate. You can detonate a cryo explosion, and that's kind of you'll see that here and there. Also, with fire explosions, guys, I prefer to do the combo where I'm using incendiary rounds and then detonating it with like incinerate or any other power. In this situation, I didn't do that, so you won't see a lot of that. But you can detonate fire explosions various ways. Now, look at this nuke spawn. So yeah, guys, you definitely see me nuke a few spawns with this guy. But I wanted to see how he would fare, kind of like in a semi-speedrun situation, because in all honesty, this is a very slow game in comparison to normal speedruns. My fastest speedrun game has been, I think, 14 minutes, 14 something minutes, platinum. All platinum, guys. Platinum speedruns on this map. So yeah, I wanted to kind of, do a semi-speedrun tactic, and one of the other guys, by the way, is pretty much brand new to Platinum. The only Platinum games that he's actually been successful on, played on, has been with me. So we have two X-Team Aralix guys and one brand new guy to Platinum, and myself just running around trying to show you guys how to use this guy as efficient as possible. Now, many of you guys will probably maybe better than me with this character now. I haven't been using him a lot. I've just recently started using him again, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I think I'm gonna rock him a lot more than I usually do, because this guy is just a beast. His shield, the way I like to use his shield, guys, is you wanna kind of prime the target with the shield first. And you didn't see that in the beginning here, but you will start seeing that in the later waves. I start using the shield more, especially after. A lot of times I like to prime first, but then at the same time for like Phantoms, I like to use the Acolyte first to drop her shields. Then I do a melee on her and then do Incinerate. That kind of combo. That's kind of like the way I like to work Phantoms out with this guy. Because like that, number one, I strip her shields. Number two, I did a melee combo on her with the shield, so like that, there's damage over time. And I hit her with Incinerate, so she has nothing but damage over time working on her, and she pretty much drops. And you'll see that in these later waves that I do a lot of that on the Phantoms. On bigger boss targets, I like to use Snap Freeze and my SMG, and then Incinerate. Snap Freeze to set up the tech combos, and to detonate with Incinerate. The thing is that the other reason I like to use Snap Freeze a lot on the bigger boss enemies is because the debuff, and at the same time I don't have slow on this, but If you did pick slow, it would make the bigger boss enemies like Atlas's go a little slower. Now, not this kind of sucks, guys. You saw that Atlas took me out. That was a meta gel that I did not want to waste. Now, the objectives, in the objectives, it's kind of tough in Platinum, especially a small map like this. Expect that you will be using some meta gels, and that happened here. We played very aggressive here. You noticed that I was not taking a lot of cover that I most of the time I usually take, but whatever, we decided to just have fun, and decided, you know what, guys, I'm gonna let you guys into this kind of gameplay that we do here and there, because I play quite aggressively, guys. There's a lot of times that I'm creating guides for you guys, but if you play with me, there are times if I'm testing something out, then I may kind of suck. I may not look as impressive. Like, I've had brand new people come into a game that I'm just testing something out, and I'm just like dying left and right or trying something out. It doesn't happen all the time, but if I'm trying out a new build, a new character, please forgive me. So that's one thing. But if I'm just doing something that we're playing like platinum games that we normally do, though, well, this is how we roll. We play very aggressively. We take out the enemies, and everybody scores very well. It's usually 100,000 up. So it's very rare that it's lower than that. So you see, guys, now as I'm working the phantoms, you see that I'm getting phantom melee kills with the shield. So the shield is really excellent, guys. As a matter of fact, I recommend, especially in the lower difficulties for gold, guys, prime every enemy that you can with the shield. Just go up and melee the crap out of all of them. That would be the first thing I even do if I'm using this guy on gold. So if you do go on gold, silver, bronze, guys, just use your shield first. Okay, just slap the enemy in the face with it. Okay, then use your acolyte, or with phantoms, use your acolyte first and then the shield. But pretty much, I would just go around just slapping everybody with a shield, be like, "Oh, what's up?" And just doing that, and then using your incinerate or using your snap freeze, which is just they're both excellent powers, guys. And setting up combos, guys: snap freeze, incinerate, snap freeze, incinerate, snap freeze, incinerate. You could also detonate combos with energy drain. Okay, the only thing is that sometimes it just you might not know when to do it. So I mean, I recommend to do a lot more snap freeze and incinerate combos, but you can definitely detonate with energy drain. You could detonate the cryo explosion. Let's say you have somebody already frozen, you could use energy drain to detonate it. You could also use energy drain to detonate the other tech combos that you do with incinerate. I'm just, letting you guys know, pretty much. I know I'm throwing a lot of combos out there, guys, but with this guy, he just has so many, and he's really good at setting up a lot of tech combos. So, I mean, I recommend for you to play him in different ways, mix and match his energy drain, and here, guys, we had, I'm sorry, guys, I did stop myself. I had a little bit of trouble here. I wasn't sure whether to missile or not, because I didn't want to continue using missiles. I just told the guys that they should, they just should continue using missiles, but I wasn't sure. I got dropped a few times there. That was a mistake on my part. I probably shouldn't have gotten dropped. But anyways, we're playing very aggressive. We're just having fun. My buddy Big Mono is really just learning Platinum, so I took him on for a few games, all successful games, of course. And my other two buddies, I didn't have to say anything. They're already, they're speedrunners. They've been, as you can see on the left side. I just wanted to run and show you guys what they're doing. Both of them are kind of going towards the basement, cornering the enemy, missiling it, and then you have the extraction area, and you also have the top. You have the dark room, what is called the dark room, the hallway. You have all these points of interest that everybody knows what to call out, and just take down the enemy. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you guys a full speed run, like a speedrun tactic guide. I've been wanting to get that done. But the guy who used to be the leader of the team Aralex, well, Aralex himself is no longer playing the game. He plays it once in a while, and so the group is no longer active that way anymore. But they are part of a few of them went into a few other groups. So I'm gonna see if I could. I've been wanting to get something done for you guys in the sense of speed runs. We'll see what will happen. But in the meantime, let's continue talking about this Paladin now. when I first saw the Paladin guys, I immediately liked him. I immediately enjoyed him. I was disappointed of his incinerate, and I was also kind of disappointed that it seemed like his health and shields were kind of buggy. Like there was something off. Like even when I had his fitness maxed out, it seemed like he was so flimsy. Like he could not take a hit. That is not the case here. I do get dropped a few times, but it's just because we're playing very aggressive here. I made a few mistakes and all that. You know, it happens. It's a game. But guess what? We got a full extraction. We make it. We still kick ass. Everybody did very, very good. And we finished the Platinum Glacier game in 60 minutes. I mean, a lot of you guys were like, whoa, really? How's that even possible? Like, what happens? For the people who know and follow speedruns, that's nothing new to you guys. This is like, I think the fastest speedrun is like 10 minutes. Something to that effect. But, for those of you guys that play normal games and didn't realize that this is possible, yeah, you can definitely do Glacier Platinum pretty quickly. Now the good thing about this guy, and you'll see it, I don't know if you guys noticed with the energy drain, the way I set it up, this was a little tough. I mean, this was tough, this one individual hack. Look at we got dropped a few times. That was a tough one, guys. That was really tough. I was a little nervous here for a moment. But yeah, you see that in some moments, like right there, I use energy drain to actually strip her barriers. The energy drain, the way I have it set up, especially against synthetics, you notice that there's some Geth characters here. For Platinum, it actually works very well the way I set up the energy drain, where I take energy and an additional shields from synthetic enemies and have an additional amount of covering on myself. The reason that's why I like to pick that power, because if you're planning to go into Platinum, you are going to face multiple enemies. You're not just going to face the Reapers. You're not going to just face Atlases and Cerberus. You're also going to face the Geth. So I told myself, well, I might as well choose that evolution on Energy Drain and be able to not just strip shields from synthetic enemies, but also attain more shields for myself and an additional and get an additional damage reduction. So that's why I recommend that. You see, like right now we have Geth, and you saw that, and we also have Dragoons, and we have quite a few things here going on. So anyways, as you would notice, look, I got a melee kill off of the Dragoon. The Dragoon got a melee kill off of me. So the Dragoons guys on Platinum are absolutely insane. Look at this, is the extraction. They are just absolutely insane. They are just so vicious. You get a few of them together and they will destroy you. So yeah, you don't see me doing a lot of the holding the shield down and kind of protecting myself, taking hits. I take a lot more cover. Sometimes I do. I will rock the shield, and then as you saw in the gameplay, I think I did that like once or twice just to kind of cover myself. But that's definitely the way to go. If you have an enemy like a Prime or an Atlas just shooting at you, you need to recover your shields, and you just don't have the energy drain. Like, oh, there you go, right there, I used it. Oh, take this, dude. Speak of the devil, right there. I just totally forgot. So I needed to take cover at that moment, and I did, and I used the shield that way, and that was the right way to go. Now we kind of messed up here. The the basement we just didn't cover it right, so they just kept on spawning over and over and over in the basement. Normally, what we like to do is kind of go towards the basement, destroy everything there, and they kind of hold it up a little bit. And then a few of the other, like that, we have a kind of like a fallback point in the basement, and then we're able to, from the basement, kill the enemies that come down through the through that stairway, or that ramp, sorry, and at the same time, just have a clean pathway towards the extraction. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any other comments or any additional builds for the Paladin, I would love to hear them. And at the same time, hey, if I've done very good by you guys, please click like and subscribe, and I hope to be able to provide you guys some more videos soon. Invader1 out, and I hope you enjoyed this.